Okay.
Hi, Sean. How are you?
I am fabulous. I am fabulous, Alondra. So happy to see you.
I know. Happy to see you too. Happy to see you too. So we're going to just jump right in. Hello. Thank you for joining the Cozy Conversations DXB with Alondra Rena, DXB meaning Dubai. Thank you for joining Sean Crenshaw. How are you
Thank
today?
you.
I know we went through
Listen.
that, but I'm
No,
excited.
I'm fabulous. I'm fabulous, fabulous. Trying to match that energy that you have on the other side of the globe. So
Listen, listen, I gotta have it. I gotta have it. It's just my natural energy. So no matter what's going on, I try to keep that. You know what I
there
mean?
you go. I get it. I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
that is the power and essence that you have. So
Oh,
keep
thank
doing it,
you.
keep doing it, keep doing it.
Thank you. Now, you and I met through social media. We met
Yes,
through social media and we've been keeping in contact back and forth. I'm
yes.
not sure exactly how long. I tried to go back and research it, but I didn't do that very well. So it didn't tell me when we started communicating. I don't even know how yeah, how, but lovely, lovely to meet you and thank you. Thank you for that. Um, Now let me just jump right in. I'm going to introduce you a little bit more for those of you who don't know you, okay?
Okay.
Sean Crenshaw is the founder and CEO of Sean Crenshaw Incorporated and the creator of Ovation for Men fragrance. Ovation for Men is the leading independent fragrance brand that celebrates the style, creativity, showmanship, and excellence of African American men. And you are now in the global markets. Yes.
Yes.
So, before we get into the cozy conversation, where can we find Ovation for Men? Because I know your market has recently expanded. So tell us more about that.
Yes, yes. So first, thank you. I appreciate you for inviting me onto your platform. Yes, we have followed each other for quite some time, and I am always honored and privileged to share platforms with folks that I follow because that's what this is all about. So thank you, and I appreciate you.
You're
You can
welcome.
find Ovation for Men on our where we sell direct to consumer. So if anyone's interested in retail, we're not in retail just yet. This is a part of our journey. We are getting there. That is the goal. But right now, we're direct to consumer. You
Mhm.
can purchase or investigate and learn more about the fragrance on our website at ovationfragrance.com ovationfragrance.com, or you can also find us on Amazon. Amazon is our global fulfillment slash distribution partner. You can go to Amazon and search Sean Crenshaw Ovation for Men. We have two fragrances, our Ovation for Men Signature and our Ovation for Men Sport. Both are priced at $110 a bottle for a 50 milliliter bottle. There are coupons available on Amazon. If you decide to purchase, there's a coupon attached right, I think next to the add to cart button or something. But yeah, there's a 15% coupon available. So I encourage everyone to check us out. We have a full page talking about the brand and our mission and what we stand for. You'll see some great customer comments, but definitely support the brand. We are all about celebrating the style, creativity, showmanship, and excellence of African American men, not only just in America, to be honest, now that we're global, just black and brown men across the
Yes,
globe,
yes.
and we just want to uh, celebrate men through the lens and artistry of fragrance.
Now, speaking of, you mentioned a journey. Let's talk more about the journey. Um,
Yeah.
because what's the slogan? Every man deserves
Deserves
an
an
ovation.
ovation. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So let's talk more about the journey. Like, what inspired you to start, to
Yeah.
begin?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that question. I tell this story, when I'll tell you when it started. It started when I was in elementary school, and I have a story behind it of what, when I was in elementary school, I was somewhat of an introvert. I was a nerd, to be honest. I mean, I
Mhm.
still am. I'll
Mhm.
even say that I still am. But I had this crush on this girl. It was like in the fourth grade, and I just
Uh-huh.
had this super crush, man. She was just so divine to me, and I would just do my best to get into her orbit. And she would just ignore me all the time. I would stand behind. Back when I was going to school, you had to go up to the front of the room and sharpen your wooden pencil. You
Uh-huh.
know,
Uh-huh.
all
That's
the old
right.
school, the folks that don't, the young cats, they don't know nothing about going up to the front of the room and sharpening your pencil. They don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, they don't have those experiences.
Yeah, they
I
don't have.
do.
So I'd have to stand in line, go up, and so I would always try to, get in line either in front or behind her. But every time she just would ignore me. We go out on recess. I would try to go to wherever she was, if it was a swing or the slide, or she would just never ever pay me any attention, like I was invisible. So my dad was picking me up from school one day, and he just noticed, like, son, what's wrong? I was just like, Dad, man, I'm 40. So if you could just imagine a 4-year-old articulating he has a crush,
Right.
I'll give you the adult version of how I said it, but if you can imagine a 4-year-old saying it, I said, Dad, this girl that I like, she just is ignoring me, man, and I'm just, this is just, I don't know what to do. He listened and he laughed and chuckled at a few things I said. And so the next morning, before he took me to school, he's like, son, come here. He grabbed me, and he just grabbed me by the collar and pulled me up, and he sprayed some of his cologne on me. And I had no idea what it was. I don't know what it was.
Oh,
And as I got out of the car, he was just like, let me know how the day goes after, at the end of the day.
yeah.
You know, well, I'll be damned. Man, I did my normal routine, sharpen my pencil,
Mhm.
recess,
Mhm.
after school, the locker, all that stuff. She was all around me, asking me questions, talking to me. I mean, for the first time, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God. I mean, it was the best day of my life. And my dad picked me up, and he knew I was just a whole different person. He's like, son, so how did the day go? I was like, Dad, you can't believe it. Oh my God. She knows my name. Oh my God. And she told me I smell good. Oh my God. Oh, I couldn't believe it. And I knew then, I said, man, if a fragrance can do this for a
Mm.
shy, introvert, nerdy kid, you know, imagine what this thing could do, later in life. And so I always had that story of when it was time to do an entrepreneurial venture, I wanted to delve into something that had a real long history with me and something that I was passionate about, and fragrance was it. And then,
Yeah.
as I matured and continued on my growth to manhood, fragrance is a big part of our style. That's what we do, Like I
That's
said, for
right.
some of
That's
us,
right. You gotta look good and you have to smell good.
exactly.
That's
You got to
right.
smell good. For some of us, now I grew into my mouthpiece, so now,
Yeah.
but back then I ain't have one, but now I got one. So, I recognize that if I didn't have a mouthpiece, that fragrance would be the number one thing to get me attention and notice. It'll speak for me without speaking. And I
Mhm.
recognize that there are a lot of men who rely on their fragrance to speak for them without
Right.
speaking. And so that's part of our swag, like everything else. The clothes, the shoes, the watch, the car, the this, the that, all that stuff goes
Yeah.
together.
All the toys.
And when you're in that
That's
season, right, all that
that's a
stuff. When
beautiful
you're in that season
story.
of life,
Hmm.
yeah, and when you're in that season of life where that's at the forefront, fragrance is a big deal. You got it in your car, you got it in your gym bag, that's what you do. You Before you go to the club, that's your thing. And so I just wanted to take my perspective of life and my journey and bring a fragrance to market that was representative of my experience with fragrance. And so and it started when we were going through a season in America where black men had a target on their back. There was police shootings. There was all the
Yeah.
media about, just black men this, black men that. Even today, we got the whole him versus her black relationship things going all over social media. And so I just saw the relevancy of creating a brand that spoke to us and celebrated us. And even if for those, I get challenged a lot. People say, well, not every man deserves an ovation. I say, okay, but I want to inspire those. If they don't today, hopefully my brand and my imagery and my messaging and what we're trying to do will inspire them to be better than they are today. And so that's really it. Just trying
Yeah.
to do something that's fun for me. I enjoy it. I love it. I love engaging with people about the subject. I'm learning a lot about fragrance. I didn't know anything about fragrance before I
Yeah.
started.
Yeah.
And it's been a journey of me educating myself and all those things. So that's it. That's all. We just having fun with it. We having fun with it. I mean, I don't even want to make it real scientific. It ain't nothing scientific about it. We are just having fun with something that we love to do, that I love to do. And at the same time, hopefully inspire men and
Mm-hmm.
inspire women too to know, hey, for those that aren't trying, there are people out there that are trying to inspire them to try. And that's
Mm-hmm.
really all.
I love this story because let me tell you, it's a twofold thing. The how you mentioned that began your passion for it, like back in the day when you were trying to get this attention of this girl back in the day. And then another part of that is a bonding moment with your father. It's kind of like that's a
Yep,
story that you can always go back to, and it doesn't only remind you of how it began, it reminds you of a great moment with your father, right? So were you and
absolutely.
your father close?
We were.
Okay.
I had the privilege of having my biological and a stepdad. And so both of them were
Okay.
pretty much the same. They
Hmm.
both had fragrance and did their thing and thought they was cool. My mother, I tease her now, but she had a certain type of guy that she liked. So,
Hmm.
they both had that same storyline of, bro, you gotta get, you gotta be, you gotta have that swag. You gotta, you can't be out here in the streets, not representing.
That's
So yeah,
right.
I had a bond. It was a bond with both.
That's
But yes,
right. And
yes,
you also have three daughters.
I do. I have three beautiful daughters.
Three
My
beautiful
oldest is
daughters.
Kennedy, my middle is Madison, and my youngest is Hannah. So proud of my daughters. They're all doing their thing. My oldest, she's in Paris this week.
Oh,
She lives in
nice.
New York, but she's
Okay.
traveling to Paris doing her thing. She's grown. She's grown, doing her thing. And then my middle child is for 1 year out of college. She's working in Atlanta. And then
Hmm.
my youngest is a senior in college in Nashville at Belmont University. So yeah, they're doing their thing, and they keep me inspired too, just to see them mature and they out exploring the world and not afraid to go out there and do their thing. So
Hmm.
I'm and it keeps me grounded too. And again, you hear all these things on the internet, us versus them, and relationships and things, and
I
it
know.
it can
I
be
know.
exhausting. One, I'm so just thinking about my children, like, man, this is the environment that they got to walk into to try to find relationships and love and companionship.
Yeah.
It's a gauntlet, you know. And then at the same time too, just us, how we currently view us,
Yeah.
black love, black family, black relationships. It's a little it's discouraging. I mean, I know it gets all the clicks and it generates the debate, but it's a
But
distraction.
like I hear debates that I don't hear in other parts of the world in America. You know, yeah, I hear debates and I hear, we do have a different idea from so many other cultures in so many other parts of the world. And
Right.
even though dating is, I wouldn't say it's easy because I don't really like it. I don't believe, honestly, the older I get or the more mature I get in age, I don't really um, subscribe to the idea of dating. I subscribe to courting until you marry me, or you don't say you're dating me. Like I can't say that I am dating a grown man. It's something that's not right about it. I just don't believe in it, to be honest, anymore.
Okay. Got it.
Just because when I did, I just didn't understand, and I didn't have my own idea of it. So, you read books, you listen to other people, you have all this information. And I was talking to one guy, and he said that there were three parts to dating. He was trying to explain to me that there were three parts to dating, and he mentioned, and I don't know, maybe he got this out of a book that he read, maybe somebody he knows wrote a book, I don't know. Okay, I have no clue of where this man
Mm-hmm.
got this from, but he mentioned that there's dating, and then there's courtship, and then there's marriage. And I until this day I don't understand the difference between dating and courtship. Because you know, a lot of people say that the idea of dating is gaining information, or, gaining, but my thing is right now I am literally on a podcast with you and I am learning information about you, right? So I am gaining information and I'm you know, in my database, but that does not mean we're dating. You understand what I'm saying? So if I'm
Absolutely.
gathering information from all these different people, that does not mean that we're dating. But dating to me is kind of like the courtship. Like the way I learn you is not by how much you can talk to me. The way I learn you or you learn me is how much of a space can I be involved in your life? Like how can we hang out here? Can I meet your friends? Can I meet your family? How important am I to you and how much do you see me fitting in your life? And you know what I'm saying? Like, can our
Yep.
lives mesh and do we work well together? Like, do we get along? You know, do we like each other even? Like, do I like
Oh,
your spaces?
yeah.
That's dating to me. So if a
Yeah.
person doesn't see me big enough to fit in that role in their life, they're not dating me. I don't care how much you
Right.
talk to me. I talk to a lot of people. So you know what I mean? Like just gathering information, if you want to put it like that, you know, we talk to people every day, right?
Yeah.
So that's just how I feel about it. I don't know. It's just it's different,
Oh,
but it's
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I tell you, see, as we mature, the things that we value, you know, and where we are in life impacts the way we feel about all these things. And so similar to you, it's like, you know, well, here's how I view things for me. This is how I view it for me. It's like I'm at a point because I'm reflective. I reflect a lot. There used to be a time where, hey, I was looking for a relationship to define me or complete me or validate my existence as a man, blah 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 blah. And I was married for 11 years, and again, my three daughters were the results of that. But I'm at a stage in my life now where, because I've been able to, it started with me learning myself and understanding myself and loving myself. Is now it's really dating or someone is they're in competition now with me. They're in competition with all the great things that I have now learned to love about myself. And so, and not that I make it a competition, but it's, I ask myself, man, do I need companionship to complete me? Not so much. Do I need a relationship or something to make me feel more of a man? Not so much. Do I need someone to be the mother of my children? Not so much. And so all the things that earlier in life you was like, yep, I got to get a relationship because I could. But now I'm at a point where, so then you say, well, what is it really that you need a relationship for? And I think to your point is, do I like you? Do we complement each other?
yeah,
Can we create space for each other? One, for you to be who you are, and I create space for you to continue to be who you are in my space, and vice versa. You accept yourself, you accept me, and you create space for me to be me in your space. And if we can do that and kind of, I like you, like I gotta like you, and if I can like you, love is cool. I mean, yes, I'm gonna love you over time, but do I like you? Like, and do you, when I create space for you, do you step into it? And then do I not suck who you are out of you and vice versa? You create space for me, I step into it, and you allow me to be me, and you don't suck me out of being me. Then I think that's a start to, let's liking each other. Okay, we compliment each other, and again, there's the other things, are we aligned? Are we yoked? Are we, do
that's
we have
right.
similar, I get all those things, but
That's right.
ultimately it's like, damn, can we create space for each other to be each other in each other's space? I mean, that's kind of how I look at it. So,
Yeah.
and what's crazy about it is though, here's what's crazy about it. I'm at a point in my life where, man, the dating or creating a space and then somebody comes into it, it's what's frustrating to me and exhausting is you got to create the space 10 times to find that one person that potentially is that, that good fit. And so it can be exhausting, going through 10, creating space for 10 different times. And, and it just don't turn out to be anything. And it could be for me too. A lot of people have created space for me and I ain't right for them.
Yeah.
I'm just not right for them,
Yeah.
you
I
know?
mean, you
So,
know, same, but I think the time that, you know, the most valuable asset we have, right, is time now, right?
yeah.
And I think like for me, I'm gonna speak for myself. Time is much shorter when it comes to if I see that I cannot fit in your space, or if I'm not allowed to nurture the way that I need to nurture, like to fully be who I am, or if he's or the person is not allowed to be fully who he is, there is a level of acceptance that comes with that. Like, okay, I'm going to accept that we are not a good fit. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is. And it's not, I just don't take it any further than that. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I don't, it's the timing for me. It's like,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of people I date because it doesn't get past a certain point. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So in my mind, in my head, I'm just like, well, I just don't date him, right? Because you
Right.
meet people and you automatically see, like, I don't give it a moment to be like, oh, I really, really like them. No, there's a part of me that cannot like them enough for me if it's not right off rip. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying you have to know everything about me or put your all, but I do have to see action to say, and I would give action as well. It's not one-sided. It's never one-sided, right?
Right.
But
Right.
in knowing that where I am now, like it can't be one-sided, I have to protect that in a sense to say,
Got
if you understand. So
Mhm.
if it's too one-sided, I am going to protect them and myself to not let it get to a certain point where you can say, oh, I'm so in love with you, and now we gotta break off this thing. It's like, no, we're just not a good fit, and that's just what it is. But we can still be friends because there are certain lines and boundaries that we didn't cross because it wasn't right.
Absolutely. And then what I would recommend is, the young men that are trying to step into that space, they need to be wearing ovation, because that
Yeah.
ovation, it'll make the space just that much more intriguing and much more, that much more attractive. So, you know, I
I
want to
like
make
what you
sure,
did there. I like what you
I want
did
to make
there.
sure, for those that are listening,
That's
if
right.
you're trying to get into a lingerie space, you have to go over.
Have to wear ovation.
You have to
You
wear
have to wear
ovation. Okay,
ovation.
you have to wear
I
ovation because
like that.
everything she said, the fragrance will address. Will she like you? She's gonna
Yeah.
like you.
Yeah.
Trust me. If
That's
not,
good.
she's gonna like something that's gonna be like, I want to explore
Some
that
gonna be
just a
off.
little bit.
Some be
Yeah,
your scent.
something. It's something. So I just gotta say, I just want to put that out there. I just want to put that out there. I don't want to
That's
lose sight.
funny.
I don't
Okay,
want to
let's
lose
go
sight.
back. Yeah, let's go back to the entrepreneurship and the beginning and take my I said this on one of my podcasts. I'm left-handed, so I like to think a little backwards every now and again, like go backtrack. So you've been an executive in the hospitality industry over 25 years.
Yes,
When did
ma'am.
you start your entrepreneurial journey though?
I started it in 2013, 2014. The idea itself,
Mm-hmm.
um, bringing it to life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was Christmas shopping, and I, I was about to spend, I don't know, hundreds of dollars on fragrances for myself and some gifts for some of the men in my family. And I asked the fragrance representative, I was like, hey, can you just show me some of the new fragrances that are out this season? And she pulled out the samples, pulled out some of the marketing materials, and as we were going through everything, I mean, something jumped out at me. Not one picture, not one image, one message looked like me, walk like me, talk like me, thought like me. Everybody had a speedo on with a six pack, with their hair slicked back, on the nose of a yacht with all the accoutrements that were not of my lifestyle
Right,
at the
right.
time.
But the
And I was
lifestyle
like,
that you were
man,
attracted to.
yes, yes,
Okay,
absolutely. And I
okay.
said, man, there's got to be a fragrance on the market that looked like me, my uncle, my brothers, all these people that I'm buying fragrances for. Maybe, just so I say there's got to be, because I know all the guys in line waiting on me, you know, in line behind me to ask the attendant the same questions look like. I was like, as I'm walking out of the line, I'm like, bro, you're gonna be disappointed because they don't none of these fragrances look like us, bro. But go ahead, you can smell a few. I was like, you
Yeah.
know what? I need to market to these guys. They're standing right behind me. I need to market to them. So I went home and I stayed up all night Googling black owned fragrance, black owned fragrance, black owned black perfumer. And at the time, this was back in 2013, 2014, I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find one company. I mean, there were some people who had were in the space, but maybe retired or doing some things kind of, you know, just you know, just as a hobby, you know.
Mhm.
Um, and I was like, man, there's got to be a way. And then I discovered some conferences, and I went to a conference in New York, went to a conference in Vegas, and I did that for a full 2 years. You know, just
Wow.
going, learning who was who, what was what, selling my idea, and that was back in 2013, 2014. It took me about 2 years of doing that, and I finally came to market with a product in 2014, 2015, and I grassroots selling it out of my trunk,
Mm-hmm.
and just slowly growing it. There were seasons where I was out of inventory, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I was it was kind of white label. I mean, I was my first batch was me buying a preset fragrance off of the shelf of some supplier and just putting my name on it. And then I got a little more sophisticated. I brought a perfumer onto the team, or I hired a perfumer to actually design me a custom fragrance. And I found a consultant in the fragrance industry to work with to find me a bottling company, find me a packaging company, find me a company that produces the spray caps, all that stuff. And then I met the minimum order, saved my money from my full time job to meet my minimum orders, and just grew it from there and grew it from there. And
Mm-hmm.
so that was 2014, 2015. And here we are almost 10 years later on Amazon, global, trying to get to Dubai where you are,
Yeah.
and just push this thing forward. We launched our second fragrance brand this past holiday season, Ovation for Men Sport,
Mm-hmm.
which we pivoted into the name, image, and likeness space. I don't know if you here in America you follow sports. Name, image, and likeness is an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity for college athletes to basically profit, make money off of their individual name, image, and likeness. They can do product promotions, they can do all types of stuff. So we figured with our new fragrance that would be a great avenue for us to gain some brand awareness. So I got
Mm-hmm.
some college athletes that I'm doing business with, and so that's been exciting.
That's
Just
awesome.
earlier this month we were in Colorado meeting with Coach Prime and his
Mm-hmm.
team, and presented them with a proposal. I have another client at the University of South Carolina. I've had a few other clients. Young man that's out of Pennsylvania that's committed to Penn State. Another young man that's out of Louisiana that's committed to LSU. A young man at Michigan State. So, you know, we're just doing our thing, trying to just build the brand, grassroots, one brick at a time, promoting our message. Every man deserves an ovation, and being positive and hopefully inspiring our young men to, you know, pull up their pants and, you know, instead of repping, you know, their gang sign, let's represent your
Mm-hmm.
brand sign, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the message, you know, and sitting down talking to parents to get them informed, and just taking it one step at a time. And it's been fun. It's been a journey, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. How was it meeting and working with Coach Prime, Dion
You know,
Sanders?
yeah, his team. I mean, they are on it. When I
Of
tell
course. Yeah.
you that
Yeah.
they they have a very special thing going over there in Boulder, Colorado. And I
That's
think if you are
awesome.
a parent, if you are an athlete, there is no better person that understands branding, marketing, media, um, seizing opportunity, creating opportunities, and seizing opportunities
Hmm.
for young black men. You know, and I'm just
Hmm.
gonna put it out there. I mean, he does, and you know, and if you have any doubts about, you know, his ability to make something out of nothing,
Hmm.
shame on you, because you will be proven wrong.
Oh
And,
yeah. Yeah.
you know, when I
Yeah.
left Colorado, I knew that it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of
Hmm.
time. That program is really gonna do some special things, and I think if you just look at his history, Coach Prime's history, he's been a winner from day one, and that's it is what it is.
Okay. So let me ask you this. I know networking and marketing is like a major thing in entrepreneurship anyway. And what I find like going to different countries and traveling and trying to network, it's a little different in how you communicate with people and all of that kind of stuff. What is your biggest what do you like about networking?
Um, you know, for me,
Mm-hmm.
um, I think it is the journey of galvanizing a thought
Mm-hmm.
and turning it into a reality through people, and ideas. That's what I like about it. I think when I think about my superpower, I think the superpower that God has given me, that the universe has blessed me with, is the
Mm-hmm.
ability to make something out of nothing. And I think that's probably one of the most potent superpowers.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I can imagine, the day the universe was created, it was probably all darkness. It was all just empty. It was silent, and the creator had just an idea,
Mm-hmm.
and from the creator's idea blew life into
Everything,
it,
everything
and
came
there it
about.
is. And
Everything.
everything came about. And I think, and
Yeah.
again, I'm not saying I'm of that magnitude, but I
But
feel
you
that
are created in the
sprinkle,
image.
right. I'm a creator. I'm a
Yeah,
creator,
you
the
are.
creator.
Yeah.
And I think networking, in as humans, that's where we can really exercise that gift. And so I like to understand what's in people's head, because I think I have a gift of bringing it out of your head and into reality. And I do it for myself a lot, and my journey with Ovation is a testimony to that. And that's what I'm now beginning to understand my gift and understand my purpose and understand, you know, the success that can be had for me living and walking in my gift. And so that's what I like about networking. You're in Dubai for a reason. You had an idea about something, and you are
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are you in Dubai? Why are you in Dubai?
Well, I opened well, I came here to open a business. I did have an idea. Um, but since I've gotten here, things have changed. My ideas have changed. And um, I feel like God brought me here, but then something in me is changing about being here. So I'm not sure how long I'm going to be on this journey here in Dubai. I'm not sure. Um, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm in one of those stages right now. I started the podcast because I wanted to remain connected to my people in America and expand possibly their networks. And it was really just about, you know, more than me. So it keeps me happy. It keeps me connected, and I just feel good. I feel good about this. So I'm not sure which way it's going to go as of right now. So I don't know if I can answer you fully right now, but it's okay. It's okay.
There it is. You too are bringing your idea to life and keeping yourself open to new ideas
See,
as
that's
you
the
are.
thing.
And so that's the beauty of networking.
That's the thing.
And now
I have this small triangle tattooed on the back of my ear. No one can see. It's very small. And it's an open triangle, and it means always remain open to change. And I've pretty much lived my life like that, living in China for 4.5 years, moving to Dubai and all doing this. But I know that there are things in my life that I want that I have not received as of yet. And so I know that I have to always stay positioned in order to receive what I have been asking God for personally. So that is my idea about, in anything in life when it comes to career path. I'm gonna put it like that. When it comes to career path, I'm just open to different ideas because one of my biggest mistakes have been trying to do everything by myself. So that is one of my biggest mistakes in being in business and that kind of thing. So let me tell you what I appreciate about you though, because I like to do this on my podcast. I appreciate that you have always remained in contact since we did, connect. I appreciate your openness to come on my show and chat with me. I appreciate your hustle because I have followed you throughout whatever number of years I've been following you and chatting with you. And I appreciate and recognize your hustle and the beauty of it and what you are doing and what you are creating. So I applaud you for that. And I commend you. And we have a game to play because there is a game. So we're running out of time, but there's a game I want to play and it's called Finish the Phrase. I don't know if you watch my other podcast or you know what it is, but if I say a word, you complete the phrase, okay? But you have
Okay.
3 minutes. All right.
Okay.
All right. Ready? Commit
Yes.
to.
Commit to believing in myself, loving myself, and sharing with others everything that I can that results from loving and believing in myself.
That's beautiful. Okay. Respect.
Respect, respect our dear, dear, dear queens. Respect them, period. I don't care how much you feel like you being put through, what's going on in your life. Respect our queens, period.
I love that. Align with.
Align with your inner voice. Create space for your inner voice to speak. And sometimes that may require you be in silence, be in solitude, but align with your inner voice. It is actually the true North compass. Like it's the true compass.
I love that. Okay. Find.
Um, find find your passion. Find it. Find your
Yeah.
passion.
Yeah.
Find your passion.
Purpose.
Yep.
Purpose.
Find your passion, your purpose. Yep.
Yeah. Allow.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is
Hey,
Sean
my name is.
Crenshaw. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Sean Crenshaw,
That's right.
CEO, founder of Ovation for Men. You can find us at ovationfragrance.com. You can also search Amazon, Sean Crenshaw, Ovation for Men, and allow yourself to experience the beauty and artistry of a Black-owned fragrance that's designed for you, by us, for you, and just share it, please.
I love that. Y'all heard him. Challenge.
Challenge the assumptions. Challenge the assumptions.
Hmm.
Um, Sometimes the assumptions that we have are deeply rooted. It could come from your upbringing, your parents, your schooling, but challenge the assumptions. And even if it creates insecurity or some type of, it makes you feel uncomfortable. It could be your own assumptions, challenging.
Okay. One more. Uh, I am convinced that because we have less than a minute. Go.
I am convinced that Cozy Conversations with Alondra is going to be one of the, if not already, top platforms to discuss just all types of things. And it is going to be just in high demand for the rest of 2024. And I know it. We're going to speak it into existence right here, right now, today. Why? Because we said it. That's
I
why.
love that. Thank you so much, Sean. Mwah. Bye. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Elijah.
I
Yes,
appreciate
ma'am.
you. Okay.
Yep.
See you
Bye.
soon. Bye.
Okay. Bye.